pioneering stories so endearing to me. The teachings of the trek. Lately I've been thinking, would I be just as willing to go the extra 1,000 miles for the teachings of the trek?
Brothers and sisters, I fear that it is too late in the season for us to embark on this journey. I fear that we will suffer much hardship because of the lateness of the season. We will suffer starvation and fatigue to such a great extent. I fear that we should wait. Wait till after the winter. Please hear my prayer.
Okay.
We'll go anyway.
We will.
Many years ago, Brigham called westward home. They left their homes and their families. They crossed the plains through the wind and driving rains. They shed their tears on the shallow graves. Lately I've been hearing of all the pioneering stories so endearing to me. Teachings of the trek.
Once I started dragging around my knees, I had
But I'd be just as willing to go the extra 1,000 miles.
Whoa.
You realize that you've gone way off the path, and then you're in danger, and then you're in trouble.
Well, we wouldn't have if the leaders would have paid attention.
Sometimes. So in our lives, if we get off the path, what do we need to do?
Replace the leader.
Other ideas?
Find it.
Turn back.
What's that, Nick?
Repent.
We need to repent. And how do we repent?
By going back.
Hey, if we would have kept going that way, we were toast.
It would have gotten worse.
It would have gotten worse, and if we stayed there, we would have eventually died. So we had to repent and recognize that we had gotten off the path, and then we had
Show
to
me your
force
shoes.
effort to get back to the path to continue down safely.
I can't see it. It blends in with the mud.
It's camouflage.
You have to have the faith to turn around and go back.
The mother of the Lord.
This is my ma.
And number 2.
Ma.
Try really hard to pay attention and not get off the path, because it's always much easier to stay on the path than to get off.
Bailey, you can take it.
It was a marshland. It probably pretty closely resembled this, the marshland of Commerce, Illinois. And they went in, the Saints went into area just like this, and they built an intricate system of canals, and they drained the marshland, and they built the city that they later named Nauvoo. So when they got to Nauvoo, imagine if you had been driven from your homes and you stopped here and they said, all right, let's figure out a way to build a city right here.
So are you telling us we need to start building canals?
So I think if they could build a city, we can at very least camp right here.
What? Get out of the tents. They took our tents.
But this was probably a lot like what Nauvoo was like right here.
Yeah, but they took our tents.
Okay, brothers and sisters. So here's the deal, okay? So we've got these white posts that we follow. See that white post?
Yeah, weird.
The orange, single orange ones, stripes at the top, tells us to keep going straight. When there's 2 of them, tells you to turn. Well, there's a post back there that has 2 orange stripes to tell us to turn. But the turn isn't for another 25 yards.
What?
So that's what threw us off. So now, yeah, we went farther than we should have. And I'm sure Brother Ashby just told you about putting this in perspective, right? Yeah. This was a great experience for us. Yeah. This was wonderful for us.
Testimonies.
Right? Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn where we're at, lift where we stand. Who said that?
President Uchtdorf.
President Uchtdorf. So lift where you stand, just turn. Now you guys are going to be first.
Oh, yay.
you're going to be first.
All right, let's go.
Okay?
Why don't we?
Let's do this.
You're spot on. I was telling you, we need to talk to him right now, and you're already doing it.
Possible. Everybody knew that this task required not only physical strength, but also careful coordination. There were plenty of ideas, but not one keep the piano balanced correctly. They repositioned the brethren by strength, height, and age over and over again. Nothing worked. As they stood around the piano, uncertain of what to do next, a good friend of mine, Brother Hanno Lushin, spoke up. He said, "Brethren, stand close together and lift where you stand." It seemed too simple. Nevertheless, each lifted where he stood, and the piano rose from the ground and moved into the cultural hall as if on its own power. That was the answer to the challenge. They merely needed to stand close together and lift where they stood.
This is Jordan. He's the Trek CEO and Chief #1 Pilgrim.
I'll take Pilgrim. I don't know about CEO or Chief.
And this is his flock. These are the other pilgrims.
The old trails are gone, modern times
Flies
have
pretty well.
taken on. Always feeling we have too much to do. Though we may not cross the plains, you know some things never change. There's right or wrong, and we've got to choose. Lately I've been hearing of all the pioneering stories so endearing to me. Teachings of the track. Lately I've been thinking, would I be just as willing to go the extra 1,000 miles for the teachings of the track? As we journey on our way, let's try to make it a brighter day. We don't want to leave anyone behind. If you fall, we'll help you cope. Let our hearts be full of hope. Together the path will not be hard to find. Lately I've been hearing of all the pioneering stories so endearing to me. Teachings of the track. Lately I've been thinking, would I be just as willing to go the extra 1,000 miles?
Way to go.
Lately I've been hearing of all the pioneering stories so endearing to me. Teachings of the track. Lately I've been thinking, would I be just as willing to go the extra 1,000 miles for the teachings of the track?